Yeah, yeah. Then I'll just meet up with them.
Yeah, there you go.
But what it is, insomnium is Latin for dreams. And what I'm ultimately trying to do with my music eventually is to inspire the world to understand that they're the only people holding them back from achieving their dreams. And the way you do that is you need to have a conversation with yourself. And music is a conversation. So if you play the right music, or if you create the right vibe and you put yourself in that mindset, you can conquer anything. And like, in a spiritual sense, there's a couple core things that I guess don't really compromise, and that's you can't assume anything. And the only thing you can really believe in life is the truth. And it's not so much the truth about what other people are telling you, it's what you're telling yourself. And that's how I want people to achieve their dreams. I have been through a lot in my life. Like I was taken away from my family when I was 9 years old, and I was bounced around in the system, being places I wasn't supposed to be, having things that should never happen to anyone happen to me. And here I am, being the most positive thing
Yeah,
there ever was, because I want to be, because I'm not going to ever be that, and that's what I want people to understand. I've A lot of my 20s has been teaching me what what is really important and why. And those important things I feel like should be passed down. Like especially this new generation. Like, no offense, but they need
yeah,
some
they need some
advice.
help. Yeah,
and,
they need it. I
and
agree.
not their own. Like, I just we and it's partly the music. A lot of the music that these kids are listening to is
It's
garbage.
trash.
If the biggest role model for teenage girls is Cardi B,
That's a
we have a
fucking trash.
problem.
Listen, I have two teenage daughters, man.
I have a 2-month-old daughter
Just wait.
and a 5-year-old daughter.
Just wait till they get about
Like,
13 and you got to hear they were listening to Cardi fucking B.
I'm scared. I'm scared,
Yeah,
but
you
I
should
do
be.
not want Cardi B to be. No, that is not okay.
Well, the good
No.
thing is though is that being that they're your kids, your musical influences will rub off on them. Like my daughter listens to some questionable stuff, but then she'll go listen to some metal. So I guess I gotta
Which is
like
also questionable.
it's a balance.
You
It's a
hit play on
balance.
her playlist, you don't know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, it's probably gonna fucking scare me. Well, Ben,
Right.
man, you were a lion. You had a pretty incredible story. I was not prepared. That was it was amazing. I don't even have the words to really describe it, but you're fucking awesome, man. And I really appreciate you telling your story. It's very inspiring. You're a very uplifting person, and you're an amazing DJ. I did go on and I listened to pretty much every video. I couldn't. I mean, they're hours long, so I couldn't listen to them in their
Yeah.
entireties. But I didn't hear anything that I didn't like. It's all very good. It's all very well done.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
I have like this. I don't even feel right doing this now, man. You really opened up to me, but I do have like a
It's
little.
fine.
I have a little list of questions that I'm just gonna ask you just for
That's
fun.
fine.
It felt weird.
Fire
Um,
away.
yeah. Okay. Um, well, I guess when you were playing guitar, did you ever take any kind of music lessons or anything, or even the
Uh,
DJ stuff? Did you have somebody teaching you how to do that, or are you all self-taught doing this stuff?
I okay. So when I first started DJing, there was a guy who. This is actually a wonderful story too.
That's cool.
Lots changed, but I met this guy named Chris, and his DJ name is CM Hayes. And he had been a really, really, really good, like another positive force like me, like somebody you only meet once in a while. But he was, you know, he listened to me. I got some crazy ideas about some stuff, man, but he really listened, and that was somebody that I really bonded with. But he was also an amazing DJ. Like the stuff he would do blew me away. I was like, dude, how do you do that? How do you make it? How do you, what's the cheat code? I want to know. And he said, you got to listen. And I was like, what do you mean? He said, you got to listen to every part of that song like you're waking up in the morning and pouring your first cup of coffee. You need to soak it in. You need to really, and when you put together your sets, you really need, and this was after I went to that festival. So I was like, holy crap, there's this guy that can teach me everything I need to know, and he's a cool person. We can bond, we can talk about stuff. We know some of the same people, and his little brother helped me a lot with like production, and like actually I did a whole rebranding. I wasn't always Insomnium. I was DJ Self Made before that, before Insomnium, and then before DJ Self Made, I was DJ Progressive, and before that, I was DJ Possessive, and before that, when I was
Wow.
on the phone, I was DJ Homestyle.
Wow. So you went through it,
Yeah,
huh? You've gone through some
yeah, it's come
names.
a long way. But self-made was really, really formative for me. Like, cause as a DJ, you really got to live up to your name, I guess. You really gotta. If my name is Dreams, then I need to be that. I need to be someone who's gonna be inspiring you. Or when I was DJ Self-Made, one of the things that I was doing, it's not really a gimmick. It's just who I am. That's who I want to be at that point. It's who I was. But the three, it was SE3, or wait,
Three.
S3LF, and then made, right? So self-made like that.
Mm.
And it was three because I was the third of three boys.
Wow.
I'm the youngest of three.
You don't really do anything without really putting some thought into it, huh?
Nope.
That's
Nope.
that's incredible.
Everything you
That's
do in your
awesome.
life has to have a purpose. Otherwise, you're wasting your time.
I like
And
that.
we don't have a whole lot of
Yeah,
that.
I agree, and I like the philosophy.
Move in the direction that makes a difference, because like, a lot of people dig holes, in my opinion, whether that's pushing people that they want to be close to away, or doing whatever, like a lot of people dig holes and they don't know how to get out of them, but they don't understand that they're the ones that dug the hole.
Yeah, yeah,
you know and and a lot of people just don't understand that there is always a way to get out of that hole. You just need to change the way you perceive what is happening to you, and you can do anything. Because I don't know, in spirituality there is no such thing as good and bad, because my perception of good and bad is different from your perception of good and bad. So therefore, what is generally known between the two of us as good and bad does not connect. So that doesn't exist. There's only right and wrong, and what is true and what is not true, and what you're willing to do morally to do that. And 9 times out of
yeah.
10 in your life, it's not like, okay, I have to go do something radical. It's not like that. It's like, okay, the change in my life has to be something radical, because this thought that keeps bothering me ain't going away.
Yeah, for sure.
That change in your life has to be that radical, and it can't be you being mad at someone and blowing up and pushing them away. And you can't be a destructive force. You can't do bad things and expect good things to happen to you. I mean, karma may or may not be real in whoever's book, but in mine, it's what makes the things that happen in my life happen. Like, the law of attraction is real, man.
No, I agree.
I tell you what.
I like your philosophy, man, and I actually think uh, me and you would align more than you might think we would, because I have a
Yeah.
lot of the same beliefs as far as I mean, I hate to sound cheesy, but kind of like a do unto others as you'd have done unto yourself, like the little
Yeah.
golden book rule. But,
Hmm.
right or wrong, and you're the only person that can fix it. So I like it.
Hmm.
I definitely
And I
subscribe to it.
just to add to it, and
For
I
sure.
really, because this will be on the internet, and what I just
Yeah.
really want the guy who taught me everything to know how grateful I am for all the knowledge that he shared with me. I mean, he's got a kid of his own now, and I'm very happy for him and his family now. But I just, we kind of fell apart or fell away from each other, and I don't really know why. But I'm forever in his debt for the things that he showed me, and because it's helped me on my journey. He taught me how to mix. Like every EDM song is built in eights. It's a phrase. It's an 8-bar phrase.
Hmm.
So there's an 8-bar intro, an 8-bar build, or 8-bar intro, 8-bar break, and then an 8-bar build, and an 8 to 16 bar drop. So that's how the songs are organized. I mean, some of them are chopped up a little bit different. That's why DJ, like being a DJ, picking the right songs and doing that. Like a lot of people just think that it's anybody can be a DJ. It's just pushing buttons.
It's
No,
hard.
it's not.
I tell you what, I tried it years ago.
To be a
It's
good DJ,
hard.
it takes time and practice. And I would, dude, when I had that board in the beginning, I would practice for hours, 3, 4, 5, all day, for weeks. I was just in my room throwing down on this really really bad home stereo system, and like it was probably a fire hazard, man. I had like for my live mixes on Facebook, I had like six, like a big monitor and like 6 or 8 door speakers from a car all wired to a receiver. It was bad.
Oh yeah.
Thing got hot, man.
That's awesome though. That's how I look. I did
It was
shit like that.
loud,
That's
you
cool,
know?
man. Um, fuck,
Yeah,
man. Some of these questions aren't even gonna make sense, but
go for it.
do they even make like signature mixing boards for certain like DJs and shit? Like, does anybody reach that
They
level?
do. They
Okay,
do. There's a lot of like, as far as like what board or software to use, there's a lot of preferences that DJs have.
I'm gonna change it for
The
you.
three, I mean, as far as producing goes, the three main ones are Ableton Live, FL Studio. Right? That's what I use. It's been
Fruity
around
Loops.
forever. And then I don't remember the third one.
Well,
Must not be
let me
important.
ask you because I'm gonna tailor this question to you because I never thought I'd actually be able to get anybody outside of a guitar player on here.
Hmm.
It what would be your like dream setup? Like if you could have when money wasn't an object and you could just get whatever you wanted, what would your setup be?
Um, well, honestly, like right now, I don't really have room for a home setup, but my dream setup would be to have my own venue and to put local DJs and other musicians on at that, at that place, and just have it be somewhere I can go to, hang out with my friends, I guess.
That's awesome. That is
you
the
know,
most original idea I've heard, and
yeah.
I love that.
I just I
Especially
just want a place where people can come for free and do
amazing.
whatever they want. Like,
That's awesome,
you
man.
know,
That's really incredible. Like that is man, you're making me question how I am. I got to be better. Jesus.
I try to warn you, man.
It's
I'm
all
a
good. It's good
force.
for me. It's good for me cuz I tend to be a little temperamental sometimes. Well, Ben,
That's
this is about usually around an hour show, so we're going to end it here.
okay.
Where can people find you?
I'm on Facebook as DJ Insomnium.
Okay.
I That would be like probably where I'm going to be posting my original content. Hopefully, it's coming soon. I'm working on it. Producing is a whole new learning curve. Um, but I'm also on YouTube as DJ Insomnium.
I
Um,
highly suggest everybody listen to it.
oh
It's
yeah,
going to blow your fucking
I
mind.
mean I'm pretty sure it's like the first or second result. You'll see it's a big green triangle thing.
Mhm.
with my name on it.
It's amazing, and I love the hour-long mixes because if you want something to
Oh yeah,
listen to, you just put it
I
on.
wanted to do something like if you were going